Under my command! Loose formation! Cavalry! Form a shield wall! Cavalry, forward! Cavalry, shields up! Soldier! Soldier, move! And group up, forward! And pull the border! Forward! And form a shield wall! Follow me! Horse, make a shield wall! Cavalry! Stop after me! Follow me! Horsemen! Fuck! Cavalry! Soldier! Move! Forward! Soldier! Move! Forward! Follow me! And fire I will! Shield wall! Shields up! Give him a go! Raise your shields! Try to make a shield! Cavalry! Form a shield wall! Horsemen! Make a shield wall! Cavalry! Form a shield wall! Move to enemy! Charge! Bowman! Forward! Stand apart! Cavalry! Attack troops! Infantry! Soldier! Infantry! Move!